Playing video games is an incredible way to engage in captivating and exciting stories. There are some games with such immersive narratives that you simply have to experience. Good stories in video games play a crucial role in creating an immersive and interesting fictional world for players to explore. Through well-developed characters, engaging plots, and unexpected twists, video game narratives have the power to emotionally involve players, creating emotional connections with the characters and their journeys. When players identify with the protagonists, they feel empathy for their struggles and triumphs, making the gaming experience more meaningful and memorable. So in today's video, I bring you the top 10 games with incredible stories that you need to play. Remember that this list is personal, and if you don't agree, it's no problem. Let me know your list in the comments without further ado. Let's get into the video.
I guess, I'm afraid.
Assassin's Creed 2 is undoubtedly the best game in the franchise. The game introduced the greatest hero of Assassin's Creed and one of the most iconic characters in gaming history, Ezio Auditore da Firenze. Although later games added even more depth, AC2 made assassination missions more dynamic, with greater flexibility in approaching objectives, more options for hiding or causing distractions, better combat, and better mobility, including the ability to swim. In addition to the great storyline, the way everything was tied together by Ubisoft in the historical context is remarkable, from the setting in Italy to the iconic characters that appear throughout the gameplay, with a special mention to Leonardo da Vinci, an important partner of Ezio in the game.
You should not be there! No, you don't!
The company of food is offering an extra free quattrini a year on all you and Rome.
The biggest success in the history of Rockstar Games, GTA 5 is also one of the most impressive open-world games ever made. In an ultra-detailed version of Los Santos and with 3 playable protagonists, Michael, Franklin, and Trevor, Grand Theft Auto took the iconic Rockstar franchise to another level, with the interconnected stories of the protagonists being some of the best ever crafted by Rockstar. The story of GTA 5 is well-structured and has a strong and engaging narrative. The characters are well-developed and have distinct personalities, which makes the story more interesting and exciting. In addition, the story is full of twists and surprising events, which keeps players engaged and eager to know what will happen next.
Right this way, gentlemen.
Okay, this guy's going down any minute!
Good. Let's hope you don't take out some poor farmer while he's at it.
Only thing they farm out here is methamphetamine!
Over the years, the gaming industry has gifted us with engaging and emotional narratives, and God of War 3 certainly stands out as one of the best examples of this achievement. The story of God of War 3 transports us to the epic world of Greek mythology, where we follow the journey of the powerful Spartan warrior, Kratos, in his quest for revenge against the gods of Olympus. With one of the best game introductions, the memorable battle against the god of the seas Poseidon, our goal of massacring Olympus is achieved here. The visuals are still beautiful today, and the gameplay variations granted by the 4 weapons we have available make the game quite enjoyable.
Your son has returned. I bring the destruction of Olympus!
God of War 2018 elevates the concept of interactive storytelling to new heights, establishing itself as an undisputed reference in the world of video games. From the moment players are introduced to protagonist Kratos and his son Atreus, we are immersed in an emotional and nuanced journey. The complex relationship between father and son, permeated by past tragedies and hidden secrets, is the beating heart of the narrative, bringing a layer of humanity and vulnerability to the former God of War. The narrative excellence of the game extends beyond the main characters, encompassing a diverse cast of deities, mythological creatures, and legendary figures that populate the world of God of War. Each encounter, each dialogue, and each revelation contribute to the construction of a cohesive and immersive universe, enriched by a rich and intriguing mythology. Yes, I know that many people may not agree with this position, but in my opinion, The Witcher 3 ranks 6th because the games above it had a greater impact on me. However, The Witcher 3 has one of the best stories ever created for a game, with a choice and consequence system that radically alters the fate of central characters in the plot. The game, however, is not focused solely on the main story, and throughout the journey, The Witcher 3 delves into various side quests marked by great scripts, investigation, fights against powerful monsters, and difficult decisions that involve moral dilemmas, whose consequences are often not obvious or predictable.
Some fight for glory, justice, or gold. I fight for those I hold dear. I'm Geralt of Rivia, the Witcher.
Acclaimed by critics and audiences alike, Red Dead Redemption is one of the most memorable games of the century, elevating the already high quality of Rockstar Games. Set in the final period of the Old West, the game follows the story of the former outlaw John Marston, who is forced to work for the United States Bureau of Investigation, the precursor to the FBI, after the police take his wife and son hostage. The ex-outlaw's mission is to bring his former gang members to justice, and the game's plot is marked by emotional moments from beginning to end, including one of the most memorable epilogues in gaming history.
I implores you to go back and tell them.
Step right up. That's the spirit. Ladies and gentlemen, pay close attention. This poor, wretched volunteer, entirely unknown to me, will demonstrate the effects.
Uncharted 4. A Thief's End came to conclude Nathan Drake's adventures and reshape some ideas that were not well executed in the previous title. This time, instead of including a somewhat disconnected gameplay segment with a teenage Nathan as in Uncharted 3, Naughty Dog introduced Sam Drake, Nathan's long-lost brother, into the mix. For those who have followed the series, it is interesting to see how Naughty Dog sought to develop and mature the characters throughout the games. Until Sam appears, Nathan had abandoned the treasure hunter life and was married to Elena, living a peaceful life. Like in movies, Uncharted 4 uses the character's eyes, involuntary smiles, or simple changes in expression to tell its stories, and this is a huge evolution in what games can and should do.
Live your life. Or we can just end it right here.
There's gotta be another way. I need you on this one.
The Last of Us was released on June 14, 2013, and has an impressive score of 95 on Metacritic. By far the flagship of The Last of Us, what guides the game is its cinematic narrative. The story of the game is what makes it so special, unique, and revolutionary. The construction and progression of the narrative can captivate even the hardest hearts on Earth, making them feel emotional and identify with the characters because they are human, full of desires, fears, afflictions, joys, and traumas. To this day, few developers have been able to bring such emotional weight, humanity, and complexity to dialogues and characters in a game as Naughty Dog did with the 2013 masterpiece. In reality, I consider it a technical tie between Red Dead Redemption 2 and the first place on this list, but since the first place did not receive as much recognition, the Rockstar game takes second place. Nevertheless, Red Dead Redemption 2 is a game that presents the flawed nature of human beings with excellence and provides us with an unparalleled adventure. Arthur becomes much more than a playable character throughout the journey. He becomes a friend to us, with whom we identify even though he is a criminal. All this plot and character development is what makes Red Dead 2 a masterpiece and brings one of the best game characters, if not the best.
It would mean a lot to me. Please. Ain't no more time.
I know that this first place may be controversial, and you may not agree, but before you start cursing me in the comments, watch the video until the end. Spec Ops: The Line immerses players in a post-apocalyptic scenario, where the city of Dubai has become a scene of chaos and destruction. The story unfolds in a non-linear way, challenging players' perceptions and leading them to question their own decisions. One of the great strengths of Spec Ops: The Line lies in how it addresses deep and controversial themes, such as the nature of war, morality, and the consequences of our actions. The game is not afraid to confront the player with difficult choices and moral dilemmas, leading them to reflect on the ramifications of their decisions. One of the most interesting aspects are the moral questions and even the breaking of the fourth wall, with some character lines not only directed at other characters in the story, but also at the player. Some scenes and questions will stay with you, I guarantee it. So, this is the list. I hope you liked it. As I mentioned before, if you don't like it, please comment with your top 10 because I want to know. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. I'll leave it here for now. Take care and see you next time.